this phrase that sounds really good and it sounds like the jazz language because I focused on the landing. So if I would start playing jazz guitar from the beginning, what would I do? What I would do is I would learn major 7 arpeggios. And before you click off the video, it's part of the jazz language, okay? And if I would just learn that from the top, I would have so much more fun, right? Because we want to have fun when we're playing, and if you can have more fun when you're playing, you're doing something right? And when I learned that major 7 arpeggios is just ingrained in the jazz language, that made me so much more happy. Because major 7 arpeggios, F minor, if you play an F minor 7, you can play an A flat major 7 arpeggio. And now you learn it all over the neck. Alright, that's how you want to do it. Because if you do that, then if you have an F minor going to a B flat 7 to an E flat major 7, a so-called 2-5-1, if you have a so-called 2-5-1, you can play. So what did I do there? So I landed on that, which is the flat 13 of B flat. And then you just go 1/2 step down again. And you've landed on the 9th of E flat. So you're not thinking about, oh my god, I gotta play that Dorian to that flat 13 scale or that mixo flat 6 scale, and then you land on that major 7. It's not about scales, okay? It's just about that. Because when you're playing a tune, it goes on so quick, so you won't even have time to think about all the scales anyway. So just like what did I do there? Like I just played just that major 7 arpeggio. Okay, I'm not thinking about anything except that major 7 arpeggio, and then when it's gonna resolve, that's when I start thinking, okay, what can I do to resolve it to E flat? Alright, and then I just picked that flat 9 of B flat, and then I did that phrase. So what stuff that I practice is usually if it's not like a concept like a major 7 arpeggio or whatever kind of arpeggio it can be, it's usually also how to land. Because notice that this phrase that sounds really good and it sounds like the jazz language because I focused on the landing, okay? The landing to that E flat major. And that is why it sounds good, right? Because I'm landing, because I'm doing something with tension that lands. So that is something that we really want to practice too, because if you're thinking about it, the jazz language, all of it is just, it's landing. It's landing. Alright? I'm just playing phrases that land on the 5th. That's what I think you should learn. To not think about the scale, because the scale is thinking about here and now. The landing is thinking about the future, and that is what you want to do when playing jazz. You got to think about the landing, because that's where it's going to sound like you're playing language or not. Okay? If you're thinking about how you're going to land something, that's how you're gonna play melodic. That's how you're gonna play something that's worthwhile, because it doesn't really matter what I do before that. I gotta land this. So I landed on the 3rd of E flat, alright? That's the 5th, that's the 3rd of E flat, and I know the chord tones all over the neck. That's the 3rd, right? 5th, 7th, 3rd, 5th, 13, 7, 9, 3rd, right? This is how you want to practice. Because then you can land on chord tones. And if you can land on chord tones, okay, let me just explain it like this. Think about Misty. What's Misty doing in the beginning? That's how it starts, right? What is that doing? Okay, it just lands on that chord tone. It's a melody because it's landing on a chord tone, and that's what I want you to do. You can take that thing, all right? You're using that thing. You're using a melody, and you're using it in your own thing, and now you're playing melodic. And now you can do stuff like. What did I do there? What did I do there? Something like that, right? This is a phrase that I really like to use. It's from E flat, you go out. So you're kind of playing a A major arpeggio, but from the 5th. It's almost like you're playing an E major that goes to E flat. So I really like to use that lick, just a side note. But what I'm trying to say here is, I mean, it's just the landing, okay? If you can focus on the landing, you can focus on kind of thinking about the landing when you're playing a phrase, then that's gonna be the best thing. Imagine blue bossa. What's that? That's landing. Land on the 3rd of F. And then it goes. Also, 5th of C. Just think about that. Da-da. That is how you want to think when you improvise. Alright? So all the tunes that you're learning have the answers within them. It's just that nobody's told you this. But I'm here to tell you it. Okay, this is what's going to simplify jazz guitar improvisation. And by the way, if you want help from me, you want a course that can help you get better at jazz guitar improvisation, you can definitely check out jazz guitar. It's not called jazz guitar. It's called jazz improvisation. No, what is it called? Improvisation Made Simple, it's called. In the description below, it's going to be cheaper for a limited time. In a few weeks, the price will go up, so you should get it right now. Alright, so basically that's what I'm trying to say. And then it goes. Alright, it goes. So that's also a phrase. So it goes. 3rd of D flat. Just look at any tune. They have the answers. Alright? Doesn't matter what tune it is, it has the answers on how to play over chords. Alright? That is like the core thing in what I want to teach you here, okay? And I'm not saying you shouldn't learn stuff to play like love to play, like love to hear licks, learn licks, transcribe licks. But that's just kind of, I mean, that's amazing, and you should do that if you want to have stuff to play in multiple situations. But in order to play melodic, you shouldn't be focusing just on transcribing licks. You should literally just look at the melodies, okay? The reason it's called a melody is because it's melodic, or maybe it's vice versa. Doesn't matter. If you want to play melodic, you gotta play the melodies. Okay, you just have to play the melodies, and now you have some melodies. You try to improvise with the melody. Oh yeah, something like that. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, if you can play the melody really well, you will be able to play good solos usually. So then it's just a matter of you connecting what you know with the solo. Okay, so if you can connect some stuff you're transcribing, so imagine you're transcribing a phrase that goes, right? Then and now you want to use that when you're playing a melody. Maybe it's a melody that goes, okay, then you can go, all right, I don't know what I'm even talking about here. I'm just kind of baffling about transcribing. I'm baffling about using what you're learning and incorporating it into your playing through learning melodies and through playing and transcribing, and then kind of putting it all together. And basically that's the thing that will make you better at just this music. And also the thing I said about thinking about the future, that is so good. So when you're playing a tune, now I have to think about the C, how I'm gonna land on C. Okay, I gotta do something here. And now when I'm at the C, I gotta think about how am I gonna go from C major to C minor. And this is all the things you are, by the way. C minor, F minor. And now I think about G. F sharp minor. So basically, that's something that's, if I would start jazz guitar again, I just wish someone had told me that. So I've been baffling about a lot of stuff now. I've talked about major 7 arpeggios, I talked about landing, I talked about stuff that, literally, the stuff that I think about today is just stuff that I wish somebody told me earlier, because I learned this stuff very late. I am aware of that when we start playing jazz guitar. I don't come from a musical family, by the way. I don't come from anything. I just found jazz by myself. And when I started playing in jazz school, all they usually talked about was learning scales. And that is just the basics, all right? That is just, there's nothing wrong about scales, but in reality, if that's all you're basing your knowledge about, like I am a jazz musician because I know how to play a major scale, 3 notes per string, you know? It's like that can't be all. Like that can't be everything you're thinking about. You got to think about what. Okay, so now I know the scale. What is the thing that will actually make me say something? Like how can I play something that's worth listening to for yourself? And that comes down to like basically your personal preference in the music. What is it that makes your light bulb go light bulb? What's gonna make you go wow? All right, that's what you got to think about. What's gonna make you go, "Wow, I love this." So you got to listen. You got to find the music you love. Personally, I listen. Oh, there went that light. Sorry about that. Not as cozy anymore. My personal favorite is Peter Bernstein, and he's the one that literally his. I just listen to him because I just base all of the stuff that I'm doing. I love basing it like what would Peter Bernstein do. I'm just so inspired by his playing. It's so great. So I'm just it's an honor. I'm so grateful for having someone that I can look up to because that makes me dialed into what I'm doing. It makes me just well, it's just a nice feeling to have something to strive for. So that is something that I really wish somebody told me too. And yeah, I guess that is what I want to tell you in this video. I've been baffling a lot, and before you go, you can learn this thing. Move that. You can move this as the half whole scale moves. All right, so that's a cool thing. If you want to play an intro, that's gonna be cool. So I'm really happy you stayed for the whole video. As I said, if you're interested in taking your playing to the next level, you should definitely check out Improvisation Made Simple in the description below. And if you want anything in particular that I cover in my videos, please comment it below because that makes me more, well, then I know what to talk about because I'm doing this for you guys, okay? So thank you once again for watching this video. Take care of yourself and I'll see you in the next one. All right, GuitArmin out.